All right, I think I'm live. Give it a couple seconds because YouTube has a habit of cutting me off all the time in the beginning. All right, that sounds good. Now, this was another unscheduled live, but that's okay because at the end of the day, anybody who cares to see it will see it. I just got off of an unscheduled live with the Ice Giant. Welcome to whoever came in. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I figure, you know what? I spent about an hour with you guys earlier. I might as well spend a little more time today. Brandon Suarez. Not sure if you guys are familiar with Brandon's channel, but he is anticipating gratefully the opening of my jewelry store. You guys might not know, but when I came on the scene here, I had no intention to start a jewelry store. I wanted to simply go ahead and do what I love, make videos about what I love. I saw a need. Hey, what's going on? FLJ. FLJ, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. Welcome everybody who's here. Welcome everybody's here. We had two people, we lost one, but that's okay. This was unscheduled, so there probably won't be too many in here. Welcome to whoever's here. So when I started, I wanted to talk a little bit about my journey on YouTube and what's going on. So when I first started on YouTube, I started this channel because I saw a need on YouTube for people to help with sizing. So I'm grateful to know that I've helped a lot with that. I get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of messages every week from you beautiful people telling me that I have helped you guys on this channel with the information that I put out. I'm very grateful for that. Now, not long ago, I told you guys I was going to start my own jewelry company, and that was quite the reality. In fact, I am the proud owner of a jewelry company. I went ahead and got the licenses, went ahead and got everything that I needed in order, including merchandise. Started making my own merchandise. This I am very proud of. This is one of the pieces that I plan on bringing to you. Watches, chains, rings. I had the capital to do it, so I started doing it. Spent thousands and thousands of dollars on, website design, on jewelry manufacturing, testing different companies, on any type of paperwork that I needed for the state, all that stuff. Thank you for that like. Thank you so much for the like. I went ahead and did it, guys. I did it. So I am the proud owner of a jewelry company. Now, how do you even find a wholesale place? That's something I could do a video on. That takes time. That takes time. Now, a wholesale place, I don't want to get too off topic. I can do another live about that if you want. Thank you, James. Thank you, James, for the congrats. Thank you, my friend. As far as finding a place for wholesale, you need to do research. As fine as finding a place to make custom jewelry, that's a whole different kind of research. And that's the kind I was doing. I was not, when I first started off with the concept of creating a jewelry company, I said to myself, I'm going to bring the people who want my jewelry the best. They will have top of the line. I am not skimping on expenses because gratefully I had the capital to go ahead and throw the money at quality. So I was going to focus on quality, create amazing things from scratch. So finding a wholesale place, to answer your questions, FLP, that is much different than doing what I was doing. Did I find wholesale places? Yeah, definitely. You basically find a company that you love and you request, do you guys do wholesale? Can I put my stamp on your stuff? That's what Jaxxon does, right? Jaxxon does that. He doesn't actually make his jewelry. He resells it. So he purchases it and then resells it. But he's the middleman between you and that company because they won't sell to just any person. So you need a middleman because they're not going to sell to somebody, just wholesaler is not going to just sell a piece of jewelry to somebody. No, they want money. They want to make sure that their time is well spent. So they need a middleman to purchase a ton of stock and then resell that. So Jaxxon has a place. Anybody who does reselling has a place. A lot of people think, oh, it's just a scam. It's a middleman. Listen, you need a middleman sometimes. So I hope that answers your questions, FLP. I can do a more in-depth video in the future if you like in regards to that. So getting a little more back on track, I was looking to give you guys and anybody interested in purchasing jewelry a fantastic experience. Now, you guys might see the title of this live. It says, My Jewelry Company Failed. It didn't fail exactly, but it certainly will not be going the way I wanted it to go. That's not other than life circumstances changing. So I want to talk about those circumstances, let you guys know where I'm coming from and why things are changing. Because I promised you guys a jewelry company, and I have to go back on that promise now, at least temporarily. So let's talk about this. Maybe about 2 years ago, probably time flies, time really flies. I think it's been about 2 years ago, I actually left work. Now, the reason I left a full time, 80-hour a week almost job, sometimes 80 hours a week job, was because I wanted to spend more time with family, help out when it came to family circumstances, because my family's not in the best place for various reasons. I won't get involved with all of the reasons because there are many, but I want to be here for my family, and I wasn't able to do that being at work as many hours as I was being. So you guys know the grind, right? I'm over here in New York. It takes a lot of money, and you don't get a lot for your money here. So long story short, I had to make that tough decision to leave my full-time job. It was very scary, very, very scary, and see if I can make ends meet in a different way while being there for my family. James, the old job is working for the electric company of the 5 boroughs, Con Ed. Excellent job. Easily, easy 200,000 a year. Very, very easy. Great company, fantastic company, but that's the job that I left. Not easy. Benefits and all that stuff. Excellent work. Excellent company, I got to say. So that's why I left. I left that old job because I needed more time with family, and unfortunately, that company and life in general, right, takes up all our time. We practically live at work. Every single person in the world, almost, right, at least in the United States, pretty much lives at work. So that was a secondary reason. I thought, you know what, if I am going to be leaving my job to spend with time with my family and help them out when I can, well, there's a good point to it because at least maybe I can get a little bit more of a life somehow, some way. So pretty much I was working myself to death, spending too much time at work, not enough time with my family. And so, long story short, we decided as a family that, hey, let's try to move. Let's try to leave the United States. I'm divulging a lot of personal information here, guys. It kind of hurts to talk about. If I get a little emotional, listen, I'm just going to tell you, I might get a little emotional. So I thought, you know what? Let's try to leave the United States. It might be easier to live if we leave because the U.S. drains you of time and drains you of money. That's what it does here. Great place to live for many, many reasons. Not saying that it's not. Excellent place to live for many, many reasons. You guys may or may not know, I did a lot of reviews from my bodybuilding channel. Hey, JG, what's up, brother? You didn't miss too much. I'm just explaining what's going on as far as my jewelry company and talking to you guys about how I'll give you a quick recap for anybody who just came in. James, I grew up in Brooklyn, now living in Miami, hence the trips to Daniel Jewelry. I grew up during the glory days of Con Ed. My man, yeah, no doubt. Where when I was in high school, I would go to the gym and see all the Con Ed people lifting on the clock. No doubt. I used to bodybuild at work all the time with my handy gym. So I would be at work bodybuilding on my downtime because there's a lot of downtime with that job. We do work hard when you work, but you're not always working. JG, my man, grew up in Brooklyn too, no doubt. You didn't miss much, my friend. To recap for anybody who just entered the chat, basically I left my job about 2 years ago in order to pursue more time with family, help with family issues that we are dealing with. And basically, that turned into not only helping family with problems that may arise, but trying to learn to live a more free life in the meantime because time was scarce. Work taking up tons of time, great money, taking up tons of time, tons of energy, and not being able to be there for my family enough. So that's where we're coming to as far as the chat for anybody who just popped in. So I decided to well, let me just try to get back on track. Sorry about that, gentlemen and ladies, whoever's out there. Um, so you may have noticed on my bodybuilding channel and on this jewelry channel, I did a lot of reviews outside of the country last year. I was in Mexico, traveled to Mexico plenty of times last year, spent a lot of time in Mexico. Um, and that was to see family and also to see if Mexico may be a good option to move to. I love Mexico. Loved it, loved it, loved it. Loved every single second of it. And your money goes further there. It's not as cheap as what it used to be only a few years ago, but it certainly is cheaper than in being in the United States. So I thought, all right, Mexico might be a good option. I can be with my family who's over in Mexico, and I can gain more of a life with spending less money, have more time with family if we go ahead and move. So that was the idea. Now, of course, there's many gears to the puzzle, right? We have a whole family you're talking about. You don't want to isolate yourself from your family. So I went to my mom, I went to my dad, I went to my wife, I went to this person, that person. I said, hey, I want to move to Mexico, but I want you guys to come because I don't want to be without you guys. So because there's so many gears in this machine, you got with different opinions. I don't want to go there, this and that. At the end of the day, my wife was the main reason, the main deciding factor as to why we were not going to move to Mexico. Okay. So I hope I'm not confusing anybody, but we tried it out. We lived there for months last year, and my wife went ahead and said, you know what? I can't do this. I don't like it here. No problem. Okay. So I realized at that time that I still want to spend time with my family. I still want to be there for them when they need my help. So what am I going to do? I'm going to follow my passion. One of my passions is bodybuilding. One of my passions is jewelry and accessories. So I said, you know what? I'm going to create a jewelry company. So From a Distance Jewelry was born. As I mentioned in the beginning of this, I went ahead. Thank you, James. Thank you very much, James. It takes a lot of courage and it's scary. But I do believe that family has to come first. And I do believe that if you can, doing something that you love, if you can, is good. You can't always do something you love, and nothing will ever be perfect. But I do appreciate the love out there, James, and from all of you, for everybody who supports me. So I said, let me follow my passion, bodybuilding and jewelry. And that is where From a Distance Jewelry was born. Spent the money on the name. So I own the name From a Distance Jewelry. Spent the money on the logo. I own the logo. Spent the money on the licensing and the fees and all the paperwork and the special bank accounts and the money creating jewelry and the money experimenting with different companies, spending thousands upon thousands of dollars to make this dream a reality in order for me to be able to live within the United States where my wife wanted to be and also be able to survive and survive happily with more time on my side. So that's where From a Distance Jewelry came. And as you can see from the title, this is why my jewelry company failed. By the way, guys, please give us a like. Give us a like. If you appreciate this, give us a like over here on the channel. Thank you very much. It helps to support this channel. So where was I? So why did it fail? Let's talk about why it failed. Well, it didn't necessarily fail. My life just changed course. Randomly, my wife went ahead and said, you know what? I think you're right. I think it might be a good idea to try to move. Thank you for those likes. Thank you for those likes. I think it might be a good idea to try to move. I think you were right. It's hard for me to admit it. I'm just a little scared. And this happened after I spent all this time and money on this jewelry business, right? So I was like, no, what are you doing to me? You're killing me, woman. But I love my wife. I love my wife and I want her to be happy. And I love my family and I want them to be happy. So long story short, my wife said, we can try this. So guys, if you follow the channel, if you continue to follow the channel, you will be seeing that in the very near future, my wife and I will be moving to Mexico and doing jewelry videos and bodybuilding videos from Mexico. Because right now, YouTube, gentlemen, YouTube, personal training and things along those lines, ladies and gentlemen, those are my incomes. And so that's why it touches my heart when people like JG Fontanez, I gotta shout him out, and not trying to make you guys feel obligated to anything. I'm not. I would never ask for money from you. It's not why you're here. But when JG sends me money, shout out to JG. Thank you very much for supporting me and seeing the work that I put in and understanding that YouTube has become for many people a way of life and a way to sustain their lives. So thank you for that, my friend. That fire lifestyle, no doubt, no doubt. I have to agree. Mexico is amazing and is amazing. It has so much good to offer. There's a lot of countries out there, guys. A lot of countries out there that you can go to if you want a better quality of life in many respects. Not all respects, but many respects. Mexico sure is another world, but I love it. I love it. Now I have a place to stay in Mexico. Yo, no doubt. Listen, man. JG, no doubt, no doubt. Listen, stay following the channel. When me and my wife, if we go down there, and if it works, because this is an experiment, we're riding on faith right now. There's a lot of prayers that have gone into this. Let me tell you, it is not easy and it is scary. But a lot of prayers have gone into this. And so if it works, we plan on having plenty of room for guests. So let me tell you right now, if it works, just follow the channel, stay up with my life, and we'll get in touch. Do you speak Spanish fluently? I do not. But there's something amazing called Google Translate, and there's something amazing called my wife. My wife speaks very good Spanish. No, I am nowhere near her. I do speak Spanish just a little bit. Un poquito, is that right? It's been a while since I've studied, but my wife is much better than me. So gratefully, I have her on my side. Mexico, I was definitely speaking Spanish much more fluently than now because you kind of lose it. But I was over there chopping it up with the Mexican people as best I could with my own Spanish and with Google Translate, which they love to use. Let me tell you, the Mexican people are beautiful. They will take their time with you. They will make sure they know what you're talking about, even if you don't speak their language. They will sit down and draw a map to figure out what you're trying to say and help you. And they do it all for nothing. Beautiful people. Where people in New York, if I ask for directions, most of the time I won't get the time of day. They'll sit there and have a conversation with you for 20 minutes just to tell you how to get around the block. So let me tell you, beautiful people over there. So that's why the jewelry company is not going. They are beautiful, JG. They are beautiful, beautiful people. A lot of love from them that I don't deserve. Just like I get a lot of love from you guys that I don't deserve. But yeah, so we're gonna try see what happens with Mexico. It's just a test trial. I may end up coming back to the U.S. I'll tell you what, if we come back to the U.S. for any reason, I won't be living in New York because let me tell you, I love New York for many reasons, but it's very expensive here, and I don't want to work my whole life in order to work myself to death and not be away from my family my whole life. I have no problem working. Trust me, starting up this business that I started took work, a lot of work and a lot of time. But I saw that in the end, it would give me more time. And so I thought it was worth it. So I'm not afraid of work. It just depends on the type of work and if I'm working for myself or not. Are you in New York City? Taping in. Teeth look great, brother. Thank you so much. Urban Fragrance and Jewelry. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. I really appreciate that love. I'm so glad you like those teeth. JG, yes, I am in New York, my friend. I am in New York. But thank you. These teeth, I'll just change the topic just a little bit. These teeth I am still getting used to, so I am not talking fluently with them. We'll call it fluently. It does take time, but if anybody was interested in something like this, let me tell you, this company's been great. They're sending me a new set that I should be getting soon with a different shape, from what I understand, and it's supposed to click in a little bit better, a little tighter. So I'll let you guys know and keep you up to date on that. But yeah, so we're going to be trying Mexico. And now I wanted to answer a question that I'm sure someone would have. I'm sure if Brandon Suarez was here in the group, he would ask this. Couldn't I do my jewelry company from Mexico? I think you'll fit in fine in Mexico from a distance, Guero. Thank you, man. I do think I will fit in fine. I do think so. Let's hope so. Let's hope so. Thank you for the love. As far as Now, running this company from Mexico is possible. It is possible, but it would be a lot harder to do. And also, I would end up having to do something along the lines of a drop shipping company. Now, I don't want to do a drop shipping company. Drop shipping, for anybody who does not know, is when a company orders their jewelry from wholesalers that already exist. They can get custom stuff done, but they order from jewelry companies who already exist and they just simply ship it to the client. So let's say Urban Fragrance and Jewelry wanted to purchase something from me. They would go ahead and purchase it from my website. And now a company in another part of the world, Italy, China, wherever, ships them my jewelry. And most of the time, people don't know. And most of the time, it's fine. But I didn't want to do that. I wanted my hands to be on the jewelry. I wanted you to know that if I'm selling you this phone, it's not, I wasn't selling phones, I'm selling jewelry, right? Jewelry, legit stuff. If I'm selling you a chain, if I'm selling you a watch, that my hands inspected it, that my hands touched it, that I was the one packaging it, that I was putting the stickers on the box and printing out that label and sending it to Urban Fragrance and Jewelry or to whoever. You know what I'm saying? Just giving an example. So I wanted to know that that was going to be me. And I was not okay with having another company ship out my stuff and put my name on something that already exists. I didn't want that because I respect you guys. And who would I be selling to? I would have been selling to you guys. So I didn't want that. I didn't want that for you. I didn't want that for me. I take pride in what I do, no matter what it is, whether it's my bodybuilding, somebody who I'm training, whether it's somebody who I'm selling to, if it was jewelry. I take pride in what I do. I take pride in the reviews that I give you on this channel. I take pride in everything. I'm not looking for no shortcuts. So that's why I didn't want to do that drop shipping model, because somebody else would have been shipping out my stuff. And I don't like that. Now, if in the future I do decide to stay in Mexico and I find a way that I can personally assure that any custom products that I make will be sold to my standards, I will, at that point in time, possibly investigate starting up my company. Because again, I have all the paperwork for it. I spent the thousands of dollars to do it. I have the website. I have all that stuff. It's all just sitting there now. Spent all this time and money doing nothing essentially, but not necessarily nothing, because it exists. I can pick it up again if I wanted to. So it's not a total failure. It's just me pivoting. I'm pivoting because I feel like it may be worth the quality of life change. So, and again, I want you guys to have quality. If I was going to go ahead and put out a jewelry, I would want you guys to have the best. So that's why at this point in time, I don't think I can give you guys the best, because if my hands aren't on the product, shipping it to you, who's going to do it better than me? Nobody. Nobody. So in the future, thank you, FLJ. Thank you. Thank you. I hope this helps somebody. I hope this helps somebody. I'm glad to know that it helped you, my friend. So it hurt. It hurts. I felt heart-wrenched. My heart was hurting when I realized I would not be creating my company. My logo that I built from scratch, the custom jewelry that I had made, the watches that I put time into, that, no pun intended, all that stuff, the merchandise as far as clothing, all that stuff, put all that time and effort into it. But it doesn't mean that it's gone. It means that I'm trying to do something better. And if I can't do something better and I find a way to do that, I'll be very happy to do it, because my heart was in this company. And it wasn't even born fully yet. So my heart was in it, let me tell you. So we're going to see what happens. And we're gonna hope it happens the best. Now, as far as the channels go, I intend to continue with this channel, continue to help you guys with sizing, continue to help you guys with reviews. I'm glad to know that so many of you guys appreciate it. And with my bodybuilding channel, I still plan on putting out bodybuilding content, training people. So if you ever need training, let me know. I can give you training. I have a separate YouTube channel for bodybuilding in general. So all that stuff, I plan on continuing to still do that stuff. But as far as this company, because I can't have my hands on the product, I feel like right now it's best not to send out that product. James, hi, what's going on, man? Send you back a hi. Send you back a hi. Thank you for being here again, James. I don't know if you got kicked off. But yes, so that's it, guys. That's it. Happy to have you all here, and I'm sorry it hurts me to talk about it because I was very excited. I wanted to give you guys the best. I know how much you guys love your accessories and jewelry. So I really want to give you guys the best. But at this time, I'm calling quits on that idea. At this time, again, in the future, if I come back to the US, I will be picking that up. And in the future, if we do go to Mexico and love it and stay there, I will be picking that up if I find a better way. But at this time, again, at this time, I don't see a better way. So I don't know if you guys have any questions on that. I'm grateful to know that this was a learning experience in some ways for you guys. And I want you to know every bit of support that you guys give me on this channel, I do appreciate that because, like I said, YouTube now is one of my forms of income. Uh, because I'm not working full time anymore and doing all that stuff, it is one of my ways to have an income. So I do value you guys. I value this channel. I value the work that I try to put in for you, and I'm grateful to know you guys do appreciate it too. But yeah, so I don't know if you guys have any questions. Pancake Society too. Hey guys, I cut out there for a second. Love your honesty. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you. I do appreciate that. I try to be honest, my friend. I'm not sure if I cut out there because of the internet connection. But if I was in the middle of saying something, you want me to continue it, let me know in the comments. But yeah, thank you. I'm trying to be honest with you guys 100%. I love you guys. You guys are like family to me. When I come on this camera, I feel like you guys are like family to me. All the ladies and men who subscribe to this channel, who give me the time of day, who appreciate what I'm trying to do for you guys, I really do truly appreciate it. Do I have an Ethernet cable? I don't have one at this moment. If I ran to find one, I would have have one, but right now I don't. I hope I'm coming across okay. Can anybody give me a shout out to let me know if I'm coming across okay? If you can hear me clearly, just let me know. Let me know in the comments there. All right, so not sure if it cut out. Okay, we can hear you. Good. Excellent. Thank you. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, Rashad. Really appreciate it. So yes, if anybody, everything is good. Thank you, JG. Okay, cool. Thank you. Good. But yeah, so that's it, guys. I want to give you guys the best. And if I can't give you the best, I want to give you nothing. Nothing. That's what I want to give you. If I can't give you the best, I want to give you nothing. But I will continue to give you the best on this channel. And will continue to give you the best on my bodybuilding channel. If you guys subscribe there too. I have to do a video like this on my bodybuilding channel too. Now, it doesn't mean I won't be back in the U.S. It doesn't mean that I won't pop back and forth. I will be popping back and forth, I'm sure. And, so it's not like I'm going to be just in another country forever. But right now, this is what we're planning. So we will be in Mexico for quite a while. Appreciate your videos and wish you the best. Have a good day. Thank you so much, Rashad. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad you appreciate the videos. I'm glad they help. Really glad they help. I get so much love on this channel. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. Like I was saying, I got to do this for my bodybuilding channel too. Just let them know, hey, my scenery is going to change. I'm doing a couple different things. But listen, I got a special connection with you guys. I really do. I really do. I got a special connection with this channel. I would love to review your jewelry from your company. Thank you, James. I would have loved that too. I would have loved that too very much. And again, in the future, if it ends up coming about that I go ahead and start it up again, trust me when I tell you, you guys will be getting giveaways and stuff like that, and you guys can review and all that stuff. Let me see here. Why are you going to Mexico and TT? Why are you going to Mexico? And has the channel been paying that well that you are able to now move to another location and live financially free? So I would love to answer that question for anybody who is interested. The channel is not paying as a sole source of income. Trust me when I tell you it is not. If I upped my time on videos, then it would be a very, very valuable option. But at this point in time, I could not live solely off of YouTube. I have my 2 channels. I'll be on 100% with you guys, and maybe make anywhere between like $500 and $1,000 a month. But with YouTube, it varies. It varies. So you might put a ton of time in 1 month and you might get nothing back. Because it just depends on the views. How are the views going? How many people are watching? You know what I'm saying? How much you're putting out. So it always varies. And as far as why I'm going to Mexico, it takes a lot to live in the US. It takes a lot of time away from my family, who I need to be there for. It takes a lot of time away from life in general. Tons of hours working, and I want to be able to be there for my family and try to put family first. So that's why I'm moving. And yeah, as far as living financially free, let me tell you, there's no such thing as a passive income. Zero. If you rent properties, there's always going to be work. If you're doing a YouTube channel, there's always going to be work you have to do. Because if you stop making the videos, the money slowly starts. The money slowly stops coming in. Every single job out there, there's no passive income. Let me tell you, there's always going to be more work to do. There's better income sources than others that give you more time, but nothing will ever truly be free and passive. Pancake, my man, I guess you watched everything in double speed. Okay. Maybe you just saw the title. Pancake Society, welcome to the chat. Thank you for the love as always, man. So I was just breaking it down to the viewers that I'm basically, you can rewatch. I don't want to rehash everything for everybody, but long story short, I'll be leaving the US, and therefore I don't want to pursue the jewelry company because I want to give you guys the best I can. And if I'm not in the US, I can't give you guys the best I can when it comes to jewelry. I'd only be able to give you a relatively decent product, but that's not good enough for me. I would want you guys to have top notch, and therefore I don't want to pursue it until I know I can give you top notch. JG and Pancake, always buddying it up in the comments. I love it. I love it. I love it. So that's it, guys. That's it. Pancake, feel free to watch this thing in 2x speed. We're going to get all the info. If you guys want to continue supporting this channel, it really, continue supporting the channel. I'll be there. That means a lot to me. You guys are helping me in terms of living, right? Actually living. You watching the videos, you liking the videos, you subscribing and all that stuff. You're helping me. I appreciate it. The generous donations that you guys send my way, appreciate some merch, the stuff like that. It all helps me to be able to live now, because my life is very, very different now. But I feel like it's worth it, and I still, everything I do, want to give you guys 100%. Oh man, love you guys. You guys are great in the chat. So anyway, guys, I don't know if you guys have any questions. If you have any specific questions that I haven't answered yet. New York is expensive. I don't know where you're coming from, dog. Okay, so let me just answer Dog's question. It is expensive. Paying about $2,000 a month for a studio is cheap now. Let me tell you, $2,000 a month for a studio. Now, of course, there's different places, right? Different places in New York, but Brooklyn, Queens, very expensive, very, very expensive. You don't get a lot for your money here, and food's very expensive. And traveling sucks. If you travel for work, horrible. But hey, it is what it is. People do what they have to do. You know what I'm saying? And as far as being familiar with crypto, I am not. And I am not on purpose, because I feel like it's too volatile. I feel like it hasn't been around long enough. I'm not an authority, though. So if I'm saying something that you don't agree with, trust me, there's plenty of room not to agree with me, because I don't know everything about it. But as far as crypto goes, I think it's too volatile. I don't think it's too much of a steady stream of income. I think real estate is probably the best thing you guys can do in general. But hey, I am not a financial advisor by any means. Trust me when I tell you. I pay half for a house, bro. JG. Yeah, tell me about it, man. Here in London, a normal small lunch is $9. Yes, pancake. I hear that. A normal small lunch, depending on where you go, over here will cost you like between $9 and $12. You know what I mean? And you got to hope you're getting a decent food, a decent meal. You pay half that for a house. JG, good for you, man. Good for you. I have the opportunity to move somewhere else in the US. I can, but I feel like I don't want to give my money to the US at this point. Genuinely. Come to PA. Oh, bro, I love PA. JG, me and my wife frequent PA, bro. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love Philly, man. I love Philly. In fact, I got my Mexican residency through the consulate in Philadelphia. Love Philly. Shout out to Philly, man. Got a lot of great memories in Philly. I told my wife the other day, one thing I'll miss about living in the States is Philadelphia. There any reason you want to move country altogether? If cool, you're not comfortable sharing. No, it's cool, man. I was actually getting into it, Pancake. I was getting into it. The reason I want to leave is because your money goes a lot further. So, for example, where you can buy a 2-bedroom, 3-bathroom house here, depending on the area, obviously there's huge wide ranges, right? But if you want something decent, you're looking at like at least 500,000. You know what I'm saying? For a good area, a good house that you probably still have to do work on. You're looking at like 500,000. You can go to Mexico, depending on where you go in Mexico. You can get a 3-bedroom, 3-bathroom house for 60 grand. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do I want to give my money to the US? I don't really know. So that's to answer your question. That's why I would love to leave the country. Whether it was Mexico, whether it was some other place in the world, I would love to leave the country. As long as my family's on board, I'm happy with it. Curious about the tennis bracelet. Is it too feminine for a man? I can't quite wrap my mind around it. And how would you size it? Like half an inch or an inch from true wrist size. So, all right. So we're deviating a little bit, but no problem. That's what I'm here for. That's why this channel exists. A tennis bracelet being feminine is completely up to the person wearing it. There's a lot of people out there who love tennis bracelets and who hate tennis bracelets. Do I think it looks too feminine? I don't. You ask somebody else, though, like a couple of my friends, they might be like, no, I don't like it. I don't like it. No problem. Don't wear something you're uncomfortable with. Keep in mind, when you first put something new on, you will feel uncomfortable. You will. If you've never worn a tennis bracelet in your life and you go ahead and put one on, you will feel uncomfortable. You will feel self-conscious. And you will feel like, I don't really feel like much of a man. At least that was my first experience. But let me tell you right now, you're confident in yourself. You're confident in your style. Listen, I'm going to tell you guys something I'll tell everybody, okay? I'm being very honest right now. Not only am I planning on leaving the country, my favorite color is hot pink. Let me tell you that right now. You can judge me all you want. But I love hot pink. I love like hot blues. I love that stuff. And that's one of the reasons why I love moissanite, because it shines like a rainbow. I love it. I love it. Sparkles. It's like a firecracker. Okay. So I love that. And so at the end of the day, is it not manly? No, it's all comes down to you and your style and what you let anybody tell you, oh, that's too feminine or whatever. You like it, comfortable with it, and you're comfortable with who you are. That's it. That's my opinion. As far as size, I personally don't like when it wraps tight around the wrist, but many people do. I like when it hangs just a little bit. I feel like it gives a good wrist weight on it. And I have very thin wrists. So if it didn't have any hang to it, you would be able to see how thin my wrists are. When I wear it on my hand, a little lower, closer to my hand, it gives the appearance and the illusion of a larger arm and wrist. And that's what I like. So I would say maybe an inch, even a half an inch is fine. It's all relative to your size and your style. Mexico is beautiful. Don't blame you. When I'm more financially stable, I'll also be leaving England for the same reason. Bro, I'm glad to know I'm not crazy. I'm glad to know I'm not crazy. You can get a lot when you move to another country. And you get beautiful, not to say there's not beautiful people here in the US or in England, wherever you're from, London, Britain. Not to say there's not beautiful people there in the UK, but you get some really, really like humble, loving human beings in Latin America. Let me tell you. I've been waiting to go with a tennis chain, but honestly, I don't know who to purchase from. JG, my man. Okay, no problem. Dog A, you the man. Very, very informative as always. I appreciate that. I'm glad to be here and support you guys, and thank you all for supporting me too. James, preach it, my brother. I hear you. I did the same thing. Oh, get out of here, man. So, James, you moved? Where'd you move to, bro? I'm very curious. Where'd you move to? And how are you liking it? Let us know. And where were you? Where'd you come from? But as JG, as far as wanting to go with a tennis chain and not knowing who to purchase from, you got a good couple good players out there. Obviously, we know everybody knows Harlem Bling. I mean, but I don't know if you're looking at diamond. Like, are you looking at diamonds? I never like to tell people where to buy. I never like to. People ask me all the time, hit me up in DMs. Who should I purchase from? Who should I purchase from? Guys, I'm going to be 100%. I don't like telling you where to purchase from because everybody's opinion's different. Everybody's thought process is different. That's why I like helping with sizing. That's why I like helping with styles. You know what I mean? Because that's a general thing. And if you find a great person to purchase from, awesome. If you go to somebody that I love and you hate it, well, I'm going to feel terrible that I recommended them to you. And, everybody's experience might be different. So it's hard. It's definitely hard when it comes to that. But so I don't want to tell you where to go. There's a couple different players out there. You know what I'm talking about. When you go to Mexico, you should grow out your mustache. Oh, man. I would like moissanite, but on a 14-karat gold medal. Bro, I'm just saying because I know you love Daniel Jewelry Inc. I'm just saying they do custom work. Would they ever work with moissanite? I don't know, but you can ask. You can ask. Because I know you love Daniel Jewelry Inc. I know that. So maybe. Grow a beard. Grow a mustache, grow a beard. We'll see how Mexico changes me, guys. Make sure you stay up with the videos to see whether or not I do any of those things. You guys are too much. But one thing I must say, JG, to get back on the tennis bracelet, make sure you're happy with the hang. That's the main thing I would recommend. There's a lot of places that have tennis bracelets. Make sure you're happy with the hang. Is it tight? Is it hanging just a little bit? You got plenty of beautiful jewelry. So you have an idea of the hangs. So hang accordingly. That's what I would say. But yeah, guys. So I don't know if you have any other questions. Let me know. Any other thoughts about anything? No problem that you guys brought up the jewelry. No problem. Hey, that's what this channel is, a jewelry channel. You know what I mean? It's not a teeth channel. It's not a travel channel. But I try to give you guys a little variety because I like to share the things that I love and find value in. I like to share them with you. I love to share them with you. Also, if you guys have any other thoughts. Oh, and as far as someone asked me earlier, is YouTube making me financially stable? No. Again, there's a huge range in the amount of money that I make every month. So it'll never make me financially stable. And that's why I do training on the side. I work for Handy Gym as far as Mueller. You guys are familiar with Mueller. I work with Mueller. I work with Handy Gym. I do personal training and stuff like that. The videos help. They help a little bit with money, but I certainly could not support myself on them. But I can tell you that they definitely help. Do you think the plain eye people can't differentiate between moissanite diamonds? Okay, let me tell you right now, dog. The other day when Eddie went to apologize, I'm actually working on a video in regards to that. When Eddie went to apologize to Max, and Max looked at both chains, I knew immediately which was a diamond and which was a moissanite. I knew immediately. Now, Max made it sound like he didn't really know that he had to kind of put it under other lighting. Listen, I saw it right away. So will everybody see it right away? No, absolutely not. Not everybody, for sure. Not everybody. So if you want moissanite and you want to play it off as a diamond, well, you can. But I would know. I would certainly know. I knew the second they showed it on the screen. because a moissanite looks clearer. It has more fire and brilliance. A diamond has fire and brilliance, but what it doesn't have is that crisp, crystal clear look, and it doesn't have all the same colors. Diamonds don't have as much color. So that's a dead giveaway. So I hope that answers your question. And for anyone out there who wants to dive into moissanite, don't be ashamed. Don't be afraid. Moissanite is top quality. The diamond industry, in my opinion, has been blinding people for centuries, all the way to the point that you have a beautiful stone like moissanite and people are afraid to get to know it. Don't feel that way. It is top of the line stone. That's what it is. And it will give you confidence. People will notice it. You will feel all the love that it will bring to you. And just be careful, though, because if you're walking in a neighborhood that's not safe, you will get jacked from moissanite. You will get jacked for sure. I got to follow your bodybuilding channel. I like working out too. Used to be 350 pounds and now 225. Shout out, bro. Shout out to JG Fontanez. Shout out. 225. You lost a ton of weight. Good for you. Good for you. Keep doing it, man. There's nothing better than being healthy and strong. Keep doing it. Good for you. Congratulations, bro. I was at my heaviest, I was 285, and at my lowest, I was 145. Now I'm hovering around the 155 mark. I'm very comfortable here. But let me tell you, I love being at 145. I can see the veins in my stomach, the veins in my arms, the veins in my back. I see all the veins, and the veins look great. But let me tell you, it's not normal and it's not healthy. So I gotta keep telling myself, Joe, eat more. You have to gain weight. Don't allow yourself to be like that all the time. I gotta force myself. I love it too much. I love it. Let me tell you, it's fun. It's fun, but it's not healthy. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I'm gonna let you guys go. Hold on a second. Let me just. Hey, hun, hun, hun. How much time do we have?
How much time do we have?
I want to know if I got to get off or if we're gonna go soon.
Whenever you're done, I'll wait like 10 minutes.
Okay. All right, gentlemen and ladies, thank you so much for being here. You should set up a Patreon, in my opinion. I'm sure quite a few subs out there love you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, dog. Thank you. If you guys want to show monetary thanks, I feel humbled every single time one of you does. And it's rare, but that's okay. I'm not asking for money. But like JG just sent me some money earlier today on my last live. And it hits me in the heart. And I feel humble to the point where I will tell you guys not to send me money. But my wife tells me, no, take the money. You're giving a service. You're doing a service. You deserve to allow people to thank you. So I have to get comfortable with that. And she's right. I'm trying to provide a service with stuff like this and help you guys when I can. So thank you. As far as a Patreon, I will think about it. I'm not exactly sure how it works. But in the meantime, I have a buy me a coffee link in my descriptions. You can throw me the super chats and stuff like that. People have done that. You know, it all depends on what you guys want to do. If you guys ever in the future want me to start up any other type of channel that you think I might be good at, let me know because I love talking to you guys. You guys are like a second family to me. You know what I'm saying? So if I could be there to support you and help you guys in any way, shape, or form, I would love to do that. Even if it's with a different type of YouTube channel or something along those lines, let me know. Let me know what you guys think. Just throwing it out there if you ever think of anything. But I don't see any more comments coming through. I don't know if that's because there's a delay. Sometimes YouTube has a delay on comments. But because I don't see any other comments coming through, I want to thank you all for your time. Thank you all for the love that I don't deserve. I really appreciate you guys from the bottom of my heart. And it hurts me that I won't be able to share my passion for jewelry with you through a store. But I look forward to sharing it in the future through this. If I can help you guys. I like that you guys asked me about moissanite jewelry. Maybe we'll have a couple lives in the future. So you guys can go ahead and ask me your questions about moissanite. Ask me your questions about this. What are my opinions on that? James, okay, sounds good, man. Sounds good. I will keep that in my mind. And in the future, I will schedule my lives. I will schedule them because unscheduled lives like this one don't get as many views and many people don't see it. So they don't even know it exists. I don't think YouTube shares live videos in the same way that it does regular videos. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think it does because a lot of the lives I do, many people don't hear ever. So I will have to schedule that live. So if you guys see any lives in the future and you are interested, drop a comment on that promotion for the live. Drop a comment saying that you'll be there. Let me know if it's worth doing that live or not. You know what I'm saying? That helps me a lot. Give me the thumbs up and all that stuff so I know, hey, okay, this is a good live. I should go ahead along and do this. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, guys, so I'm sorry I won't be able to share my passion for jewelry through that route, but I look forward to doing it again this way. But let's see here. Take it easy and keep your head up. Staying in Mexico should be very interesting and fun. I agree, my friend. If you see any cartel activities, it's best to look the other way. You know it. I'm going to keep my sunglasses on at all times. Sometimes even the cops are paid off. Yes, I've definitely heard about it. That does not that's not just in the movies. That's real life. It's another world. Another world completely. I'm grateful to say every cop we've met when I was in Mexico was a top-notch citizen. Just saying. But I know it exists. So I will keep my shades on and my head straight and just keep walking. All right, everybody. I don't see any other comments coming through. I wish you all a lot of love. Be safe. Have a great weekend coming up. I look forward to being with you guys on another video. You mean you're putting it on hold for right now? You're not quitting. It's just on hold. So I mentioned it earlier, but I'll just mention it again as far as the jewelry company goes. It is technically right now it's on hold. If I move to Mexico permanent and find a way that I can give you guys the best ever from Mexico, I will, and I'll start the jewelry company. If I can't find a way from Mexico and I stay in Mexico, I will not be doing my jewelry company. If I move back to the US because Mexico doesn't work out, I will then start my jewelry company up again. So I hope that answers that question. So I guess technically right now it's on hold until I'm permanently in Mexico and I don't have a good way of giving you guys support through that company, or until I find a way that I can do it great in Mexico. But right now it does not look like that's possible. So I hope that answers your question, James. Thank you for asking that question. Excellent question. Excellent question. Really excellent. And thank you all for being here. Thank you all for being here again, supporting this channel and helping me out. Because like I said, man, this is a part of my livelihood now, and I truly appreciate the love. Anyway, guys, you be safe. Talk soon. Thank you all for the likes. Thank you all for the love that you show. Have a great weekend coming up. I'll catch you all at the next video, all right? Have a great day. Blessings. JG, my man. Thank you, brother. Really appreciate that. Really appreciate you. Appreciate you, man. I appreciate all of you. Have a wonderful day and be safe. Take care, guys.